Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that.
Well, hello friends. I hope you're having a great day so far. I am excited to take a look back at our Christmas decor from previous years and tell you guys how I am planning on decorating our home this year for the Christmas 2025 season. It's crazy that we are already here, but I'm so excited this year. I feel like some years I am just holding on to fall, and I am definitely the weather, but I am just so looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of the festivities that we have coming up. I'm just so excited and so ready for it, and I feel very inspired this year. I just made my very first peppermint mocha, iced of course, and I'm gonna sip on this while we chat. I've got my phone, my Pinterest board, my notes that I've been taking. So yeah, let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy. I know it's very early. I love decorating for Christmas early. It's so cozy and you get to enjoy it a little bit longer. But if you personally don't like to decorate as early, no big deal. Hopefully you can get some inspiration from this whenever you are ready. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I feel like the number one thing that helps me when I am trying to plan out my decor is looking back at previous years and what I decorated with in the different areas of my home. So I've pulled up my living room from last year and I went for a very classic, almost Ralph Lauren inspired look. That's what I was going for. And I loved the base of it. So I'm gonna tweak a few things this year, but I'm sticking with all of the same decor because I don't go out and buy all new decor. I just add little things to add in. So I decorated our tree. I did get a new tree last year, which was a lot of fun. And I set up the tree on the side of our wall with windows in our living room, and I centered it on the middle window. And I had two accent chairs on either side of the tree. Art pictures, I love those. I love the gold bells. For the garland on my mantle, I am ordering some Real Touch, I believe it's cedar. I really like the way that cedar looks. I think last year I had the Norfolk pine and I loved it, but I want that really full drapey type of garland this year. So I'm ordering a few different ones to decorate my mantle, and then on my shelves in the kitchen and above the kitchen window. So I'm gonna have greenery and twinkle lights everywhere. I feel like that's the most magical part of Christmas, is all of the lights. So I'm really honing in on lots of greenery, lots of lights. And I feel like that is the theme for this year. And then I'm also bringing in those traditional plaids to give that Ralph Lauren kind of classy feel. I'm also using brass accents, dark red toned ornaments, lots of browns, light browns, darker browns, pine cones. I use tons of natural elements. So that is the sum of our living room decor, and then that will flow out into the rest of our home as well. I do decorate all of our bedrooms, and I put up full-size Christmas trees. You guys will probably think I'm crazy, but I do love my Christmas trees, and I've been collecting them ever since we got married. So I have a full-size tree I'll put up in our room, and it's just so cozy. Every year I add to our bedroom a little bit more. And then I also decorate my kids' rooms as well. I also, in the kitchen, have added to my gingerbread house collection. So I have a little coffee bar area in one side of our kitchen. I have added a few more of those gingerbread houses, and I'll be decorating those up. I added a gingerbread house plate that I'm very excited about, and it's gonna be so sweet and cozy, and I'm just so excited. Lots of red, dark red velvet bows and bells, and lots of handmade ornaments as well. So that is the direction that I'm going for my decor. Lots of lights, lots of greenery, dark reds, traditional plaids. In our dining room, I think I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I always put a tree in the corner in between some windows, so I'm probably gonna do that again. And then I'm debating on moving my hutch back over to the wall in our dining room and possibly getting a different piece of furniture for our entryway. So I'm very excited to start decorating, and I have so many ideas. So I wanted to bring up some DIYs that I'm planning on doing this year. One is making some ornaments. Now I've made mercury glass looking ornaments that are actually plastic in the past, and so I might do that. I still have all of the spray paint. I'm also planning on doing some Mod Podge ornaments, some napkins that I bought. I just shared that in a recent video, but I found these really pretty vintage looking napkins, and I thought this would be beautiful on an ornament. I've also seen though where you can get fabric and Mod Podge that, like you cut the fabric in strips, and I think that would be really pretty if I found some vintage inspired looking fabric that I loved, or even if I got some plaid fabric to tie into that more Ralph Lauren look. And I also want to have some picture ornaments. Okay, I wanted to leave you guys with one last Christmas tradition that I'm looking forward to doing again this year, and that is adding to our Christmas story little binder book. And I just love this. It's a good way to write down little things that happen throughout this season. I can add pictures, and it's just so sweet. You flip it open and it just has these Christmas memories belong to the Cash family. We can write down all of our Christmas traditions, so I thought I would mention some of them. I have going to Christmas markets, which we're about to do. Next one is decorate the house with lots of trees and lots of lights. We're definitely gonna do that. We always take the kids one night, and after they have taken their baths, and we kind of surprise them and go and look at Christmas lights. So we'll get their pajamas on, just jump in the car, we'll bring Archie, our little cavapoo, and we just drive around and look at lights. Sometimes we'll get hot chocolate, or I'll make it here before we go, and it's just so sweet and such a cozy time. Okay, the next one is Thanksgiving, Christmas with the Cash side of the family. Like I mentioned earlier, all of our Arkansas family will come in, and we have the best week together. Watch Christmas movies, old ones like the nostalgic ones, Frosty, Rudolph. I've already been watching some of the new Hallmark Christmas movies, and we are actually going to watch the Christmas Ring in theaters. I'm so excited for that. When we went to Franklin, Tennessee a few weeks ago, we went to the bookstore that movie, part of it was filmed. So we're very excited to see the actual movie. Decorate gingerbread houses. This is always a fun one as well. We're getting letters from Santa in the mail. That's always a tradition. My grandma helps out with this one, and I'll just leave it at that. And then we also have our Christmas program at church, where the kids get to sing, and Christmas morning is always so special. So those are some of our traditions. This year we're actually going to see the Nutcracker, and we're taking Breland. I'm so excited to take her. We're gonna get all dressed up, and all of us girls are gonna go. It's gonna be so much fun. Here's a previous year. So here was last year, 2024. Wrote down my favorite Christmas moment, which I had a new devotional last year that I loved. I wrote down little things that like Breland did, and Brooks and Brayley. Christmas treats that we enjoyed together. That way, if we had some that I know I want to make again, I always write those down. A memorable meal that we shared. So I always have a birthday dinner for my mom and sister-in-law because their birthdays are a day apart, I believe. Yeah, they're one day apart. Last year I had a birthday party for them here at our house, so I wrote down what we made and what we did. That was really sweet. Christmas parties we hosted or attended. Another fun thing that we did last year was that for our church, they have every year something called a jingle jaunt, and just a fun night of fellowship. But all of the ladies in the church that want to come will meet at the church, and then they will jaunt to several different houses of ladies that have decorated for Christmas, and you go to their homes and look at all of their Christmas decor and eat appetizers or desserts, and then you go from one house to the next, and it's so much fun. It's such a sweet night. So last year I hosted and welcomed in, I think it was almost 200 women into my home, about 50 at a time. Maybe it was around 150 because it was groups of about 50, give or take, and we had 3 groups come through. And it was so much fun. Definitely a special memory. I've also got my favorite Christmas songs and how we decorated our home for the holidays. Oh, another thing that I added on here was that we finished our basement right before Christmas. So this year I'll be able to decorate our basement as well, which will be really special. Gave you some inspiration just talking about Christmas decor and traditions and what I'm looking forward to most this year. And don't forget to check out Walmart if you are looking for any major appliances. Walmart carries lots of major brands, so be sure to check them out at walmart.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in my next one. Bye, friends.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories.